Welcome back to the Lighting Controls Podcast here live in Boston at Boston Lights by the DLF New England. Right now we've got Andrew from BIG. Andrew, do you mind just telling us what BIG is?
Sure. So BIG is a regional rep carrying approximately 30 different manufacturers for most of New England. We cover Massachusetts, east of Worcester, Rhode Island, Maine, Vermont, New Hampshire.
Awesome. Well, and so, Boston Illumination Group, BIG, is a really unique sales rep, I think. We've had a couple of sales rep already on the show talking about what they do, but what does BIG do that makes them unique?
Well, our focus tends to be more on education rather than any hands-on with the end user. So our primary focus is working with the local dealers and integrators, the people who already have the relationships with the end users, to better everybody's experience. We are there more of as a technical resource, and most of what we're doing is working with architects and engineers to make sure that the right things go into the renovations or construction.
No, and I would say that is what one of the really unique things about BIG is the fact that you're very hands-on. You really want the project to go smooth and flawlessly, and so you really kind of make sure that the right product is applied to the right job. You're not just trying to apply your product to anything out there and make it fit. You're really trying to find that ideal solution.
Thank you. It's been a primary focus to make sure that when there is success, we all succeed together. That nobody's trying to pull a fast one. Nobody's trying to undercut the project or the solution. That everybody from the end user, the integrator, the general contractor, and even the manufacturer is happy.
Sure. Yeah. And so, what was your background in?
Feels like a loaded question. So I started life as an electrical engineer, and did that for a few months and decided that I hated sitting behind a desk. I wanted to be a little bit more hands-on. Long story short, I traveled the country doing various jobs, ranging anywhere from working as a flyman into set construction, got into props and special effects, and most recently landed in lighting, and more specifically lighting controls. It's now been a decade, so I don't know if I can still say most recently.
I mean, I think you still can. I think it's still fair. It never seems to get old. It is amazing how many people end up in the theater in some way, shape, or form before they tend to work their way into this, field. So Boston Illumination Group is really more of a sort of boutique firm, right? You are not as large as some of the other rep agencies, right? You don't carry a million lines. You're very focused on those specific lines, and you guys are really good at, exactly that. What you guys do, you're very focused on that, understanding the products and all of the offerings, and also that you're not necessarily trying to take the entire job, right? You may not have an offering for one aspect of the project or two aspects, but you really are focused on those certain areas where you excel and where you can take, and you're not trying to just sort of steal and wrap up the entire project like we see other people trying to do. Sure. So how does that work when you get into conversations with whether it's another firm or you're working with a designer that you might not have the entire package solution they're looking for?
We operate under the notion of it's only helpful if it's helpful. So which is laughable, right?
Absolutely, but it's a great phrase. It is. It really.
Thank you. I can't claim that one, but I'll go ahead and say that it was mine. If what we have doesn't fit what the end user, the designer, whoever has the vision wants, then we won't push it.
Yep.
But if it's something that maybe they have some questions on, or we can guide towards, well, this is what we have accessible, does this fit? Or they'll come to us and go, we need these things specifically, how do we make sure that these things specifically happen?
Yep.
Cool. That is something very specific that we can help with.
Yep.
Yeah. But as a result, I mean, again, there's a lot of products out there that are just like, we can do everything, just,
That's
whatever. And it's usually a false representation of what they have.
I am not going to stand here and say that whoever says that is a liar, but I will say that I have not seen that to be true. We can't solve every problem,
No.
but if it falls within our
Right.
our purview, oh my God, happily anything you need.
No, and I think that really is an excellent resource, and like Ron was alluding to, I mean, there's a lot of packaging in the Boston territory,
For sure.
where reps will just try to take all the scope, the whole scope, and so having a controls focus as well, that really gives you an interesting connection to the project because of the fact that lighting controls tend to be packaged with the lighting fixture package.
Mm-hmm.
And so, what are the interesting challenges that come from that, having to navigate this territory that's mostly packaged?
It's a really okay. So
Yeah, I'm not trying to lead you down a path of
no, it's fine. It's fine. So not every general contractor, not every supply house, not every electrician understands the nuanced difference between building lighting and auditorium lighting, or even
Right.
entertainment controls. So to have somebody step in and say, "Hey, you don't have to think. Here's your number. We'll make it happen."
right.
That's really easy,
Mm-hmm.
and I get it. But that's not always the best solution.
Yeah.
So some of the issues that we run into are the people who don't know what they don't know, and they don't want to know, and that's
Yeah.
fine.
Yeah.
Like that's a personal,
Yep.
professional choice of I do not want to understand what DMX means,
Right.
does, how to install it. Totally cool. I understand it. However, if it is going to be somebody who says I want the best solution, that's a lot easier of a conversation.
Yep.
So it almost comes down to a personality,
Yeah.
not mismatch, but a choice.
No, totally. Yeah, and so you're seeking out those clients that want that more hands-on.
Yeah, and I'm not saying that we're going to show up and teach them how to do everything, because that's a little
Right.
silly.
Yeah.
But if their understanding of if I do the controls aspect a little bit more intentionally, then then we'll have longevity for the building.
Yep.
All the infrastructure is in place. I'll have to worry about this in the future,
Right.
and we have all of the manufacturing backing and support to continue through.
Right.
So
That-
as we're starting to see more cloud integrated solutions,
Yeah.
right? We're seeing more and more controls offerings provide a cloud service now to some extent, whether it's just monitoring, remote access, troubleshooting, whatever it may be. How are you seeing that sort of transition over the last couple years, and even more recently with certain manufacturers?
Mhm.
How are you seeing that sort of change things, and what do you see that actually doing for the industry moving forward?
Ooh, good question. So I've had the chance to use a few different solutions hands-on. My past life as a dealer integrator, where we were able to set up remote access. So if we got a report saying, "Hey, this light went off," we don't know why, I will get an automated email or a text saying, "Hey, this location has this light off. Here's the log." I can look at it and say, "Oh, well, in that case, I know how to fix this. I'll either fix it remotely, or I can call them when their business opens and say, 'Hey, I'm going to send a tech out. This is what's gone wrong. I can't do it remotely. We're going to have somebody on site.'" A lot of places don't like that. A lot of places don't like outside interaction or control or even view of their building. Again, totally understandable. So what I have been seeing over the last 10 years is a conflict of interest versus functionality. Where a building manager really likes the idea of the specialized technician understands this went wrong, and
Yep.
they understand how to fix it, and they're going to be there in a timely fashion to make it functional.
Yep.
Mhm.
However, I don't know anybody in IT who likes leaving things open. So there's a lot to explore further on how to make that link functional, but also secure and safe. We're making good headway as a community, but I think we have a little bit ways to go before we have the ability to fully remotely access a building, troubleshoot,
Totally.
and have and make it a one trip, one afternoon, we're done.
Right. No, totally. Well, and off of that, like, when it comes to the lighting controls industry, like, is there something that you wish you could change about it? Like, is there something you wish you had technology wise, or some process that's just more streamlined? Yeah, take your time.
That's a good one. I'm sure you hear that all the time. My answer used to be uniformity.
Yeah, sure.
At this point, everybody can touch DMX where it's applicable.
Right.
Everybody can touch 0 to 10 where it's applicable. And almost all the controls can interact with both.
So basically, interoperability was what you wished, but now we're kind of at a point.
Now we're at a point where that's a lot more feasible. It's almost in practice in full.
Yeah.
At this point, I think it's going to be post-project support.
Sure.
So that when inevitably, right, project finishes, everyone's happy. 3 years later, it's a whole new end user group.
Totally.
Yep.
And they call and say, "Hey, I need help. I don't remember what's going on." I would like uniformity in how that is responded to and how that is handled.
No, that makes sense. I think, Ron and I can both attest to that. And in fact, we just had Barbizon on talking about that. Yeah. So I would agree. Yeah. Well, Andrew, really appreciate you coming on the show.
It's been a pleasure.
Thank you, everyone, for watching a live stream here in Boston. If you haven't been here yet, you've only got a few hours left. So check out Boston Lights. But again, thank you. This was an awesome conversation.
My pleasure. Thank you very much.